The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. That's a quote by Muhammad Ali, and my goal is to help promote that awakening. The topic of this video is risk. As an investment manager, I speak of pretty much just two major topics. That's return and risk. So risk is half of it, and risk probably actually matters more. There's studies that show that losing money matters far more than making the same amount of money. So risk matters. Now, the market has basically gone straight up for 16, 17 years. We all have recency bias, so we kind of tend to forget what can happen. And so it's worth making risk a little more top of mind and really thinking about it. Now, the generally speaking, the definition of risk is uncertainty. I don't know about you, but this feels to me like a very uncertain time. I have no idea what's going to happen in a whole lot of areas of life and society and the economy. And I know many others feel that way. It's an uncertain time, which means it's risky. It's worth considering the different outcomes. It's worth considering what could go wrong. Now, another way to define risk is standard deviation. That's how many in the investment industry would define it. Now, for those who aren't math nerds, here's a quick rundown of standard deviation. You basically calculate the average, so kind of your mean return, your average return, and then standard deviation is the volatility around that return. So again, it's uncertainty around that return. Now, the issue is half of the numbers that go into calculating standard deviation are above that average, which means you're unexpectedly making more money. I don't know about you. I love making more money. I don't think anybody else is going to be particularly upset if they all of a sudden make a ton of money, which means that standard deviation is kind of a stupid metric, at least if we're talking about our financial well-being and whether the money is going to be there to do certain things we want to do. So a better way to look at it, as far as I'm concerned, is downside risk. In other videos, we'll get a little nerdier, go into some other definitions. But for the time being, the main thing is there is such a thing as downside risk. Markets do not go straight up forever. And in fact, the more the market goes up, there's a pretty good chance there's higher odds that it goes down more. Given that we have valuations that are 50% higher than the peak of the tech bubble for the top 10 holdings in the S&P, there's downside potential. So whatever you got to do, whether it's closing your eyes, meditating, whatever you got to do, take a moment and visualize what your life will be like if whatever you have invested in passive portfolios declines 50%. How stressful will that be? How much of an impact will it have on your life? And if you don't like what you envision, I would recommend making a little tweak so that you can sleep at night should that happen, because it's happened before and the odds that it happens seem to be getting higher and higher by the day. So again, that's risk. We'll cover other ideas or other definitions of risk. I'm Seth Cogswell, and this is Not So Passively Aggressive.